Hello everybody, it's Steve. Welcome back to Surviving Mars Landscaping Nanites. Just discovered. This was actually something that I could have gotten downstairs, and I believe it's episode 2 when I picked Nano Refinement. Landscaping projects progress without the need for drones and are generally faster. It's a very good one to get done also. We picked up superior pipes in the last video. Absolute S tier. Break through that one. I'm also going to grab Capture Asteroid. I'm going to get that one researched, because when I do find that perfect asteroid that's going to have a ton of stuff on it, exotics, rares, I want to get a rocket up there to grab all that stuff and put it to good use. I'm actually curious, because I've never played as Brazil with Below and Beyond. I've only played it a couple of times. I'm thinking the answer is no, but bear with me as I think about this. How cool would it be if I could have my rare metals refineries on an asteroid, taking all of the waste rock that's being produced on the asteroids and using it to make more rare metals, to bring back down to Mars, to turn into electronics, and send back, or just send back to Earth. Crux is going to head back to Earth right away. Okay, you need like a bunch more drones than you have. Alright, and I think this guy, yeah, he's got a bunch of stuff on board too. We're running fairly low on rare metals, so kind of important that we get that stuff up and running. I've got a concrete extractor over here, but I've also got a universal depot pretty much being the main spot for its supplies. I want to make sure that it's being brought all the way over here using this drone hub to get it over here and make sure that other drone hubs can access it. This one is barely on the range. I could have moved it down like 1 hex and it would have been available for me. It's probably a bad call on my part. But while that rocket is heading back to Earth to go get some colonists for us, I absolutely want to make sure that we've got stuff ready. Comfort isn't the greatest in these domes. It's actually kind of shit. We haven't had a lot of Martian-borns yet. Taking a look at my colony, I've had 23 Martian-born. I could do better. I think improving the comfort of the folks here will obviously do a lot for it. This dome doesn't have a lot going comfort-wise, and if I had like a hanging garden in there, I'd be in much better shape. Or getting dome bioscaping done. But dome bioscaping is done. So bioengineering, that's what I need. Increasing the comfort of my residences in dome. I could also grab my medium dome, but I've also got my oval dome, which, you know, is kind of like 2 medium domes put together. The Logi Tourist Amusement Park, though, that I will need to get my hands on. Obvious reasons. I need it for the tourists. I was going to queue up holographic scanning. Let's grab my Hawking Institute. With that over here. Oh. I will slap down a smart apartment in here. This dome doesn't have a lot going for it job-wise. It's mainly just like, oh, here's the work. Bye. Slap an infirmary down, slap a diner down, and slap a... If I had more polymers available to me, I would absolutely be doing an art store, but I'm going to grab an amphitheater, because amphitheater does provide a little bit of luxury for folks. It provides a service company of 55, and a lot of people are in there a lot. Definitely going to grab a grocer. I don't think I need a security post yet. Do I have any renegades right now? No, I don't need a security post at this point, though. Open gym. I'm just gonna put a full bar in here and probably slap down at least one more smart apartment. Because in theory, I'm going to get a lot of folks probably migrating from these domes and these living complexes, probably also this apartment building. If I can move them down into the smart apartments for a little bit while I build a smart apartment up here, much better outcome, I think, for myself. I just ripped through all of my polymer production in the meantime, mind you. We're heading back to Earth. Let's actually set up a trade. I've got metals. Let's see if I can get some polymers for it.
Sector scanned.
And then, wow, I just ate all my... electronics, excuse me. Oh, wait. I just derped. Let me cut both of those off. I need this to have electronics first. My smart apartments each consume 10 electronics, so the idea of building 2 in here first is actually really bad because I need to have 1 in here. I'm going to go ahead and shut you guys down. I'm going to demo that. I'm going to move everybody down into this building. Boom. Now we're getting some extra research being done. This also produces research a little bit faster. Then over here. Let's see. Concrete's low. Polymers are non-existent. But we got a rocket coming in with that right now. Lovely dovely. All right. Over here. Wow. Got that ramp done super quick. That's very helpful for us. Explorer 1. Could you please head over here? I want to have it avoid this dust devil. But knowing my luck, these things will run right into them. It's like a magnet. Or just a zipper, better analogy. The elevator, why do you have anybody assigned you? Where's your drone? Assign yourself to that guy. I don't want anybody assigned to this elevator. I know the elevators can handle drones, but I just don't need them up there. I also know Hey is going to do something really, really stupid here in a second. He's going to run right into a dust devil. That usually is how he be. Also getting all of this cleaned up.
Resources are low.
I also want to be utilizing these drones because now these waste rock, when I get them, if I can get them back over here much faster. Gene adaptation, we now have better crops available. Let's see. Yep. All right. So instead of doing that, we are going to do
received.
quinoa. Takes 2 souls, grows 22 with optimal harvest, and wheat is like 2 souls but 1.7. Same amount. So we're going to do quinoa after this, and that's essentially every 2 days we're going to be getting a bunch of.
There's more to the barren
environment. Mole and space elevator. Both these guys popped up. Oh man. As much as I love getting these things up and running, I kind of want the mole line just to get the extra waste rock. I know the excavator's right here, and that's obviously going to be something to get to. 20% off. A mega telescope brings down research cost and gives me a boost of 20%. Artificial sun, tons of power. I shouldn't be looking at the wonders just yet. I think I need to get those. I think I got other stuff I need to work on. Colony milestones, we've actually done quite a bit here. Planting a tree, 40% workers in workshops. That is something I can get fairly soon. Also need a little bit of water. And if you didn't watch the last video, wasn't too terribly much going on with it. It was more the discussion of why I had to miss a few days of videos, and it was pretty simple. The Rona returned to my house. I might have had it. I know my wife did have it. Both of my parents caught it. It was their first time having it. My wife's first time having it too. I had it when my daughter and I were, like, when she was 11 months old. No, 10 months old. We had it a year ago this past January. But I'm fine. Just had a little bit of nasal congestion drainage, so does my co-pilot. She's sleeping at the time I'm recording this, thankfully. She has needed sleep. She was fighting the naps really hard today. And I think deep down we can all agree that we have to fight the sleep sometimes. We just like, I don't want to nap. Sometimes it's that way. I'm a little surprised that these drones are not just putting more up here.
There's more to the
nuclear terraforming. Nuking the polar ice caps. Love it. And there's also terraforming amplification. Just amplify upgrades on the cool stuff. Let's use that last one we got. We're going to scan this eyeball. I think this one is just going to cause, like, hey, we're going to get more dust devils here. Unfortunate, but a double research site is available here. Deep metal extractions. And I'm just going to, like, just plot out just for SMGs. If I wanted to, I could put a dome here. It's actually a pretty good dome. Because I can access all the concrete I need up to. Everything is available up here. Holy shit, did I find a beta site? I think I found a beta site. I'm just going to just... Oh. These metals have to be cleared first. But once Hey comes and grabs them, I'll actually slap a dome down there and probably make it a research dome. Put all my... Well, I'll probably have to put the drone hub right next to it, but kind of set it up for actually having materials up here.
We found some useful material in the debris from us.
I'll take it. Okay, I know what was going on. It's these two guys were operating at the same time. All these buildings are just taking up a ton of stuff. Interesting how the concrete is not being delivered over here. Yeah, I don't think we're getting stuff delivered appropriately. Drones here. I'm going to put down another universal depot, kind of in this area. Both of these guys will have access to it. Actually, all three will have access to it, but no fuel in that site. And we could actually start bringing over materials. Like, and I just want to request like 10 here, because I can grab that and then move some of the concrete over here to make sure I've got at least 30 concrete going. Concrete is very low right now. Can't be helped. I mean, let's actually make sure these guys are going like all the time. Because they're depleted deposits, they might as well be operating at full speed all the time. Let's grab, double check. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We got 7 beakers. I've got a lot of cash too. Good point. The game's making a very good point right now. This drone hub only has a handful of drones on it. Let's go ahead and make more happen there. There we go. Smart apartment being built. A lot of folks immediately going to run out of this dome and over to there. Interesting. We actually run out of housing. Fascinating. This dome isn't quarantined. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to turn that off and try to get everybody to move over here. Let's turn this... Okay, they all moved right back in. I was kind of hoping people would come into here because the comfort in this dome is 60 just in the residents alone. I wonder if this is glitched. If this doesn't load up with... There we go. Now we got somebody moving over here. So I kind of think like if we can move people over into this dome, it'd be much, much easier. But if we can get folks over in this dome, all the better. We've got grocers going, we've got all that. I should have turned this back into a landing pad and bring up another load of colonists. This is going to be a straight pasture rocket. We've got 12 folks. Probably don't need botanists, if I'm brutally honest right now. But they are the sexy. Yeah, increased birth rates. And I did mention... When did I mention that? I mentioned something. Don't know what and when. These light tripods have been shrouded in the rubble. Not too worried about them right now. Oh. However, we could go pack up and clean this up. We need 5 people, I think it was asking for on this guy. Let's go scan that and just say, like, no, we're not bringing any more people down here for this. We need to just finish scanning the artifact, which we're at 58% right now. Let's get that. Right, I used the materials for it upstairs in that first drone hub. Can the elevator put any sound in the game? Wow. It just got freaking... There it goes. Got really quiet. Alright. Don't have any prefabs available. Sad face. But we can get this lit up. Again, this is a huge thing for the colony. I'm gonna kind of put... Just gonna prep... Do some groundwork here.
Anomaly found. Anomaly found.
Okay, so yeah, we can just do that. I probably should have said, like, for the bottomless pit, I could have said, oh yeah, we'll just chuck a rover in there. Damn the consequences. I just didn't want to lose a rover that I didn't have access to get to recover right away. That was the reason that I, popped it the way I did. Another peak. Ooh, another breakthrough up here. Hold up. You are close by, I believe. Yeah, you are. Nice. Another breakthrough. Absolutely, we'll grab that. I've got superior pipes. Really good if I can get superior cables or extractor AI. Extractor AI would break this game for me, because I can just start slapping down mining sites everywhere. I wouldn't need to build a dome up here. It would just be like, hey, here you go. Slap everything down, get the CO2 jet propulsion tech working, which is up here. Would take a lot of electronics. Crap. And that Recon Center,
Funding
which...
received.
Weird. I guess Crux went back... No, Lance actually went back empty. Didn't go... No, wait, that is the current price. That's the 26 million right now. Right.
Anomaly found.
Alright, didn't have any useful deposits. Happens. Alright, don't see any other anomalies down here, which is okay. And you're... Okay, you're here, but why is Hey? Ooh, this is a good one. Artificial muscles. Drones carry 2 resources at once. Essentially, each drone, as they move and stuff around, they carry one thing. This, boop, doubles it. I'm going to turn off holographic scanning. Artificial muscles does actually increases the speed, decreases the time in which it takes to load and unload a rocket. So you're going to see here, these drones are going to absolutely swarm this thing in a second.
New colonists.
And there they go. You
arrived.
see a bunch of drones going. Now imagine this going a little bit faster. There we go. Bunch of new colonists in here. We got more people in the Hawking Institute. We got our machine parts factory going. Electronics factory going. I want to get this electronics factory eventually to a point where it's like everything's just going. You are out of materials. Okay, we'll turn you off for now. Yeah, most of my if I had to guess, most of my race rock is going to be in this... is going to be up here. Yep. Really important when you do this, when you utilize Brazil, is to have this stuff available or in a spot where you can very quickly access it. Hey is coming back with a bunch of metals. I'd probably want to start him on a transport route that just takes all of this and brings it down to the colony, or get that CO2 jet propulsion technology researched and bring it down that way. Things to consider. I really can't justify spending the tech. I can't justify spending or grabbing those beakers to speed that up. The Omega telescope, absolutely. I wouldn't hesitate. Let's double check here. Just Project Iridium. I don't think I have 7 officers. Let me double check. Going to my colonists. I have 4. Yeah. So you, I'm just going to send you back to Earth. I'm going to let him go back empty, because I got plenty of money going right now. I want to make sure that Crux, or Lance, excuse me, has enough to do that. But I also know that most of this 45 isn't here. It's up here. So I'm going to have Hey come and grab that. Bring that back down to the colony. That'll make things go all that much faster. Europe's offering us... wow, that's actually not a terrible trade route. I mean, it's a terrible trade route, but I mean, it's not terrible, you know, by Europe standards. Europe's usually like, oh yeah, we'll give you like 500 research if you give us everything you have in your colony. It's a bit bullshit, but we'll take it. All right, got my colonists in here. We do have a kid in this, living in this dome, which is okay. I prefer maybe living up here. I'm going to assign you to this. You now live in the nursery. Just frees up space for the adults in these apartments. And if I had to, and if realistically, if these colonists are just cranking out kids, and again, these folks are supposed to be the sexy. There's supposed to be a lot of sexy people here, and it's just not happening. This one, birth threshold's relatively low. I like it. But we're just not cranking out that many kids right now. Holographic scanning, that's why it's kind of an important thing to get. If we can get holographic scanning in the domes, we could very quickly find ourselves in a baby boom situation. And then it's like, okay, cool. We have our school. Let's fill the school. Let's use it. There are school spires, mind you. Actually, highlight these guys, because I haven't talked about these guys real quick. So, we'll need 6 electronics to maintenance. If you have an incubator dome, where you're just putting your sexy people, and you're just putting essentially everything that would make them comfortable enough to start popping out kids, and you have a large nursery in there, you could slap a school spire in there, and you'd be set. Water reclamation system, I don't think I need right now. Medical center is very helpful. It has a very high service requirement. Nope. That. This office medical checks too, so I'm a little torn on if I need to even build one of those medical spires here. And essentially, another spire would do the job just as efficiently. As I'm looking at the map, and so the colony in general, I'm trying to figure out when typically the mystery starts for the power of 3. And with A3 being scanned, that's pretty much it for the buildable areas. I mean, let's see, A8 might, or F3 might have something here. So let's actually beeline him and then him. I'm going to put those 2 as priorities, because pretty much once those 2 are done, that's it for the buildable area. Then all this stuff just has to get scanned just to check off a box in the game. There's also the TV studio workshop. This is something I could very quickly slap down, get that 10,000 flat research if I wanted to go for the Omega telescope or even for artificial muscles. That is something I can do. No. I'm going to actually queue up the Omega telescope. I'm going to build a TV workshop. It's going to take most of my electronics to do this, but it does create funding for the colony. It takes 12 workers per shift, so I will have to deprioritize some structures to do this. But 10,000 research is kind of hard to pass up. Not sure how he malfunctioned, but alright. I'm just load up everything. And again, I'm not thinking he needs to go do this right away, because I do have access to both higher spots right now. Weird saying there's a waste rock or a metal here, but I'm not seeing it. No. I know I mentioned bioengineering, but I'm gonna get CO2 jet propulsion looked at too. Alright, once it gets electronics, ouch. So yeah, workers and workshops is at 0%, and I have 75 colonists. Wow, so 5 people represents 8 workers. Okay. Now, I'm going to do this. Watch this, folks. 21%.
Funding received.
A lot of these other buildings are going to say, oh, I'm offline. I can't do anything right now. That's totally fine. For the purpose of this, I'm just doing this to ramp and just kick out that 10,000 research I need. So if I go into my milestones, 40% workers and workshops, 10,000 research. I get that, and I can get the wonder built up as another 5,000 research. That's what all I'm doing this for, is to get a shift done here. Keep myself at the fastest speed possible to get this done. So once it's done, I pretty much shut the building off, send everybody else back to their jobs. Because a lot of buildings now are offline because they're all working in here. Just trying to get the first episode of Transmartian Love Story out. And as somebody who worked in news for 6 years, I understand it is a 24-hour business, especially the news stuff, but
milestone achieved.
Boom, there it is. Alright. Beep, boop, boop. There you go. And that just pushed the Omega Telescope to essentially 40% by doing that. I could have done, you know, the Ancient Wonder or the Ancient Artifact, but I wanted to get as much as I could into the Omega Telescope. And realistically, I could grab all these beakers too. In fact, as soon as...
Resources are low.
As soon as it hits. As soon as we get through the Ancient Artifact controls, which will be in just over a day. Just under a day.
Resources are low.
That's what I want to make sure that I'm getting done. It's a nice way to actually kind of fudge the game a little bit and make it work to your advantage. We are low on materials yet again. What am I sitting on? You know what? I'm going to do a supply pod. I'm going to do that. You're going to take a ton of funding in the process, because now electronics are... You know, the rare metals export isn't giving us as much as it used to be. But also, I don't need to fill up 2 rockets and send it back. The supply pod will get up here pretty dang fast. Fill it up. Boom. We're good. Well, that's going on. You load up with materials. I'm a little... You know what? I'm going to do this too. I'm actually going to get it so that when Hey runs up to these plateaus, I want to make sure he doesn't have to go all the way back to the colony. He can go to that straight Universal Depot, dump it off, and head back out.
Scan.
That's what I should be doing with this. Rare Metals Refinery doesn't have materials. We'll shut you down. We'll save some power. This building, again, it's off. I could probably demo it if I wanted to, just to get some materials back. But we're going to get those 40 electronics. We'll be fine. My initial plan was to record like 3 or 4 episodes, try to make me, if I could, get the entire week's worth of Surviving Mars done while my daughter was napping today. I just had a ripping coughing fit. That actually hurt quite a lot. So what I'm going to do, once I finish up the recording for this video, I'm going to take a break. Probably, I'm hoping tomorrow or Monday before work during lunch, I can work on tomorrow's video and Thursday's video, get that done. Wow, I've gone 2 videos with this plan, and I never mentioned it.
Research
if you are
complete.
watching this and you're actually enjoying this series, please give Anno a look. I've been doing Anno on the weekends for a while. It's a really fun series. I'm really enjoying it. And I do think that people should give it a shake. I do think that it's actually worth a watch. It's just one of those things that, like, you want folks to kind of... You know what you want to see with the channel. But I'd love for you to give that series a shot, because it's so worth it. It's really enjoyable. I'm actually going to get Hey here to go back into the elevator. I'm going to have him run downstairs and hopefully start moving some stuff around, because I really need to get those parts moved down there. I could also, if I really wanted to, get a... Where the hell is it? Is it not available down here? If you have the Underground Flight School, I think it would be under here. Underground Flight School. You can build shuttle hubs in the underground, which would be very helpful, but I should probably get shuttles built on the above ground too before I do anything like that. In about a week in game time, it said 8 souls 1 hour-ish, I'll actually get the... Okay. I'll get the Mega Telescope done up. Then it kind of becomes on me to import as many materials as I can to build it. Because, again, I'll show you here. We got 341, 231, 36. We need 400, 300, 300. And before I even want to build that, I need this. I need the scrubbers. So This is a hefty investment that I'm going to be making right now. I need to get the Omega telescope done, and then I got to get some scrubbers up to essentially eliminate maintenancing the scrubber going forward. You also need to get that Recon Center built. You are listed as unemployed. Why are you listed as unemployed, Jutsa? How many kids have been born in this dome? 2. That's it? 2? What are they missing here? Social, relaxation, shopping, and drinking. They've got that. Hopefully I can get more Martian-born going soon, because, you know, obvious reasons. What are these drones running? Oh. More food was produced at my farm. Yeah, this is why the farms get really, really good. And once you get them up and running and up to speed, the farms do wonderful things in game. And hell, if I wanted to, I could probably trade food for almost anything I needed, except for probably electronics. As far as I know, the AI still will not trade electronics for anything. A little bit more cash coming my way. Okay. 3 vacant residential slots. Almost telling me like an arcology would be needed soon, too. And the arcology, haven't even researched that. It's right here in the engineering tier. Compact passenger module. I thought I had that guy researched. Alright. Before I wrap up the video, I need to go and I need to triage this. I would like to get CO2 jet propulsion. I don't think it is the end-all be-all. I must have it right away. Interplanetary astronomy, I like this one because A, new breakthrough techs. B, it increases my research by 20%. Obvious reason you want to do that, because if I'm cranking out a ton of research, then this outsourcing goes a little bit higher and stretches out what I'm getting a little faster. Turboelectric scrubbing eliminates maintenance. They are a hefty investment at 15 metal, 5 electronic, but the savings of electronics in the long run, they do pay for themselves pretty quick. Capture asteroid. I don't think I need it right this second. It's kind of a cool thing to have. Artificial muscles, same thing. So I'm going to get rid of those. I'm going to grab compact passenger modules so that when I start bringing up more colonists and bringing up tourists, boom, I can bring up that many more. Arcology, it's comfortable living space for folks. I want people to be comfortable. I want people to be happy. I think holographic scanning is needed to increase the birth rate in the dome. I could get away doing water conservation system or any of these other, you know, quote-unquote low-end techs. General training, actually, needs to be done probably sooner rather than later, because it's actually hurting my colonists. Engineers and geologists is productivity training. That's another really good one. That core water one can go to hell. That pisses me off. I got that one so early. 1,400 for just a bad breakthrough. All right. Let's speed things along a little bit. Next video, I'll go ahead. We're going to get the interplanetary astronomy done. I'll probably utilize this area back here. This area looks buildable, and I do kind of like the idea of having...
Analyzed.
Damn, that was quick. Oh, I already started that guy. Never mind. Do like the idea of having the telescope back here. It could just be a stop for the safari, or like one of those last stops, like, oh, hey, welcome to Mars. Let's go take a look at this giant telescope we have, and then we go on and go out, you know, any other vistas that we may have located. Okay, that was the cheapest one we could get. Let's grab this one. And I'm going to scan these last two. Yeah, I'll scan this one, and we'll wrap up the video. I do like these metals and polymers. Polymers are always helpful up here. And Hey Hey is downstairs. Let's see how Hey Hey is doing his Hey Hey thing. You have delivered nothing. You fail. Well, in that case, how much does that artifact need? I've gone over time. I know. Give me a sec. All right, metals, electronics, machine parts, and exotics. Well, I can get machine parts. do a transport route. Metals. Up to here. Because we can bring up enough to at least get that done. And then as soon as Hey decides to start looking for exotics, I can bring those over there and get at least halfway done. I'm getting that done. Boom. We're at 75% now. Next video. We're going to start working with the Omega Telescope, bringing up more colonists. Like, comment, share, and subscribe if you enjoyed this video and all the videos that come out on this channel. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you all in the next video. Hopefully, I'll be sounding a little better by then.